I guess you can introduce yourself since some people already know about me.
Okay, I'm Erica Renee, and I am a traumatic brain injury survivor. I sustained my TBI on June 1st of the year 2008, and I've been in recovery ever since. I've been in therapy on and off. I became an author. I learned so many great things after my injury that I just believe that there's still life after, and I really want to push people to believe for better. And I'm also a TBI coach. I coach other survivors. I help them transfer their mindsets from their traumatic experiences to focus on their purpose in life, because we still have a purpose, and we all got a second chance for a reason. So I just want to give people hope and just be the best me I can be.
Okay, that's good. I mean, boy, you're doing a lot more than I'm doing. So, so I guess how has the brain injury, since the brain injury, what's the difference for you? I guess let's start that. What's
Well,
the difference?
emotionally, there's a difference. Obviously, physically, there's a difference. I lost my ability to walk. However, I'm still strides towards, improving in that area. I'm able to stand by myself. I stand up with assistance. I'm getting stronger in my body every single day. Um, Before brain injury, I kicked it like I had a good time, and it just kind of slowed me down. But like I said, I'm fighting every day to get back. So maybe because like emotionally, physically, mentally, I actually feel smarter. Actually, now I do. I feel smarter. I had a brain drain. Just your mind is so you just open up to different things, and your whole perspective just it's like a whole new world. Your
Yeah,
perspective, and you get a different outlook than you did before. Because I think before I always thought I was closed minded, but I just didn't like see things that other people saw things. So it just brought my mind even more to see
yeah,
things, because I've walked before, and I'm in a wheelchair, so I see both sides of the spectrum. So I think it's brought my mind to think in a more broader way.
yeah.
So yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, for me, my injury is hidden, so a lot of people don't actually realize I've got a disability, should I say?
Mm-hmm.
Or what,
You don't look, quote unquote.
exactly. So, there's been many times where I've had to bring out my card and say like, yeah, I've had a brain injury, so can you, stop driving so fast or drive carefully, go over the hills
And
or
that comes,
however.
yeah.
It's really annoying sometimes, but obviously I understand it as well because for me in the beginning I didn't want to say that I was disabled. So I would work extra hard to be as normal as possible.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be times where I'm just so fatigued. So my body's like, look, Sade, you need to calm down. We're not ready for that. And you're trying
Yeah.
to push too much. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm always doing something. I'm like, no, I gotta stay busy. Like I cannot, I don't know how to not do nothing. And
Yeah.
people tell me, Erica, just slow down, just slow down.
Yeah.
And so time like slowing down. So I'm like, no, I need to be on 10. I need to get it. I need to get it like so. We're kind of that way.
Actually quite because in the UK, I think they're more, I don't know if the word is supportive, but from people I've spoken to, they have
Say
been they've been told like, they have to go back to work within, maximum a month and they're going back to work. But they still got their issues that they're dealing with. But I guess like in America, they don't really, I don't think they care as much. But again, quote me if I'm wrong. So how's it been for you? Have you been looked after? Do you feel like you've been looked after?
say it one more time. Is it what's the difference in America as far as brain injury goes,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
um? I mean, they're pretty understanding. I feel like nobody assumes anything. Every brain injury is different, so nobody is like it's no cookie cutter
yeah,
injury. It
yeah,
affect everybody differently. So our mentality is all different. So
yeah,
I don't think I've been treated different in the medical field at all. If anything, I've been more careful, if anything. So,
yeah,
but people wise, then that's totally different.
yeah,
Uh, I've been treated differently with other people, whatever.
yeah,
Because sometimes people stare, whatever, and so people don't understand, like they don't quite get it. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's a big decision.
That makes sense. So I guess in terms of you've said that you're in a wheelchair, which again, until you told me yesterday, I had no clue
You didn't
that.
know?
So, I mean, how has that treated you as well in terms of people realizing that you're in a wheelchair? You think it makes a difference to, when they see a picture of you and then when they realize that you're in a wheelchair, does that mean they change completely how they treat you?
Some people, more so others, it's been like both ways. Some people are more understanding.
Mm,
Um, like if they have family members or something that's been injured or something like that, of course they're gonna be more understanding. But like people that's like are oblivious to different things, they're like, oh well, they have no idea. So they don't. I don't blame them. Like if you don't know, you don't know.
yeah,
Um, but I've been prejudged a lot.
yeah,
Um, I can't do all this stuff, but I can do all this stuff. But people assume you
yeah.
can't do. Um, But yeah, I just think that it's just it's one of those things, one of those stereotypes that like you won't know unless you ask questions. I put it like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make a lot of stuff, and it's not fair. But I mean, we're all human, so it's like I don't take it personal like that. So I mean, it's all good.
Do you feel away when people ask you questions? Because I'm quite open.
Oh no,
I,
I love because I mean, I'd rather you ask questions than assume. I want to
exactly,
make you knowledgeable about brain injuries in general, and whatever. I'm open book, so I don't have no problem like answering no questions. Like I don't care what it is. You can ask me anything. It's fine.
exactly. No, that's the same with me. I think like you said, I prefer people asking questions than treating me like I'm some kind of an element that they don't know how to handle. It's like just I'm speaking,
Yeah,
ask me a
yeah.
question, I'll answer.
We're still human. We're still human, so it's okay. It's fine.
Exactly,
We're
exactly,
okay. We're
exactly.
okay.
So obviously, as a black person, have you found any difference, to another, race in terms of your brain injury? Do you feel like you've been treated the same way?
Well, when I was at I don't know if I call it a rehab center or a hospital, but
Mm,
it's not here. It's called well, it was called Mount Vernon Rehab Center, and I was the only black person. Like I don't know if it's the whole building, but on my floor definitely, because on brain injury floor, it's normally was a sixth floor in most hospitals, and so I was the only black woman, and let alone only not only black person, only black woman.
mm.
It was number males, like just like, oh, this is different. So like,
Wow. So
I was out there by myself. I didn't have no family around. Like it was like 20 some miles away from 200 miles away from where I live at. So it's like I have nobody here.
yeah.
It's it just me, nurses and these patients, and it's like that's most different. I felt like so isolated. I felt like so like I don't want to say misunderstood because they tried to include me and stuff, but it wasn't like I didn't feel like at home at home.
Mm. So when you say you got excluded, can you go into a bit more detail about that?
They weren't racist, but like I just felt like I never been anywhere where I was only black person at that
Mm,
time.
mm.
Now I've been playing places afterwards since then, but that was my first experience of being like the only black person in the space, and that was
Okay.
like so different for me. I'm like, okay, so but okay, we're gonna just whatever, but it was uncomfortable for me. So, as
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
been the only black person in the area, like in the space, or
Who, me?
yeah,
So, uh, I think London's a bit of more. They're a bit more mixed. So when I was in hospital, there were a mixture of black and white people and different races.
you're in the hospital. It was a mixture.
Yeah, yeah, there was. So I didn't really notice it. However, when I was in hospital, again, because I had like forced myself to be normal as possible, some nurses kind of didn't understand why I was here.
Mm-mm.
So, for example, in our hospital, like they have like a beep behind you. So if someone can't walk enough, you can just press the bell. So I think there was a moment where I had to press the bell, and the lady was like, "Oh, can you turn off the speaker or whatever it is?" And I was like, "I'm kind of injured. I can't move. That's why
Yeah,
I pressed the button. So can
yeah,
you stop and come turn it off?" And then cater to my needs.
Yeah.
So like again, that's probably the reasons why I felt like I need to be as independent as I possibly can, because I don't like feeling like I'm dependent on anybody else.
Yeah.
And especially when right now I'm actually dependent on somebody and they're still treating me that
Yeah.
way. I didn't like, and I think I was also disappointed because the woman was black. And it's like, so hold on.
Yeah. We're not
Yeah,
there.
like
Yeah.
you're supposed to be on my side. You're supposed
Yeah.
to be on my side and you are treating me this way. Again, I don't understand it. I don't think I'll ever understand it. Sometimes I feel like people, black people who are in a job, they feel like they're better than everybody else, and instead of being there to support their own people, they kind of don't do that. So that's kind of why I wanted to, when I started my Instagram, I wanted to know and hopefully find people who also had a brain injury and just see how they were treated, because I felt like my treatment was a bit off. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. When did your injury happen?
2008, June 1st, 2008.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, quite a while ago. It
Yeah.
don't yesterday, but it doesn't feel like it's been this long. I'll say that.
Well, kudos to you. You've gone past 10 years, and there's more.
Yeah.
No, I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for
And when was yours? 2017?
you. Yeah, I'm a baby. Actually, because of that, do you celebrate the day that happens, like each year?
I do. I write a post every year on June 1st every year. I make a post on Facebook and I post it on Instagram as well.
Mm,
Um, well, I don't think I post on Instagram as much, but I think I used to. I don't know if I did post on it. Now I think about it. I can look or whatever. Anyway, I post on Facebook every year for
mm,
my night. Because it wasn't just me involved, and so I posted and I included other ladies or whatever that was involved as well. And
mm,
it's just like a thank you letter, almost like I thank God for that I'm still here. I thank God that He's brought me as far as He's brought me. He's taken me
yeah,
further.
yeah,
I'm just able to have life. Because at first I wasn't happy. Like I was like, I don't care. Like I hated my birthday because I'm actually happened 2 days after my birthday. So I'm like, I hate my birthday because I feel like it was like a reminder for me. Like
yeah,
here, it's like my birthday come, then 2 days later, here it goes, and I
yeah,
just felt like a reminder for me. And I hated my birthday for
yeah,
years. So
yeah,
like first I hated my birthday, but then my cousin, she was like, no, you checked me. It was like God still got you here for a reason. So
yeah,
you hit. So that changed my whole mindset. So I started becoming more grateful, and ever since then, it just my life has been like a big gratitude, we're full of gratitude. So I
yeah.
found if I don't have good days, well, so every day is not a good day for me. I admit every day is not a good day.
Okay.
However, there's good things that happen in a day.
Yeah,
So I find the positives in every single day.
yeah,
Um, Going on the bad stuff, I try to focus on the positive stuff, and
yeah,
that's what and helping people keeps me going and keeps me encouraged, things like that. So
yeah. No, I get you. I think the first time it happened again. In my last video, I've never really cried about the situation. I don't think
yeah.
I understand the situation, to be honest, because I can't comprehend
Hmm.
like that. So it happens, I get over it really quick and then move on. I always try and find the light in any tunnel
Just
that I'm
got to.
in. The first year happened, and the 1 year anniversary. That was the first time I actually cried. I was like, "Oh my, I'm here!" Like this last year, I was in hospital. Like I was in
Yeah.
ICU. Like, I never knew. Like, raw, I've
Right.
actually made it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
obviously, before I used to call it my second birthday,
Mhm.
but I thought to myself, do I really want every single a year like to like give this incident a day to remember like that? I don't really
Mhm.
want to where I'm always making a big deal out of it. So now what I do though is I always have like a prayer to
Okay.
myself, God, and say thank you, because it's
That's
always
good.
Thanksgiving. Every single day I'm waking up, that's a Thanksgiving. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter the way that I do, as long as I've shown my gratitude and
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. That's the most important, because boy, no one knows what could have happened, and the fact that I'm here
Yeah.
and I stuff, that's my number one. So I'm always thankful for God, what He's done in my life. So
We still got work to do. So
Exactly. Well, clearly, 'cause you're writing books and stuff, so I need
yeah,
to jump on the wave.
we got work to do. So gotta get it.
Exactly. Um, to be fair, I did find it hard. Well, I'm still finding it hard because I'm a science teacher in a secondary school, so you guys call that high school. And again, I feel like when people have a disability, although they try and say they're there for them, I think
Mhm.
underground they kind of find it hard to that they don't know what to do with that person.
Mhm.
So obviously, I was working for a while, and then obviously my injury happened. So since then, I haven't been able to go back to that school, and obviously last year I left the school. But it's like I'm now I'm now facing my fear in terms of I don't know. Well, I'm kind of scared of starting something new because of
Mhm.
my memory is on my left hand side. So my memory is quite bad. So it's kind of like a challenge for me where I'm like, I'm kind of scared of trying to start something new, and I have no space to, face another, not a disappointment, but I don't want to have anything negative coming my way. So, I'm like I said, I'm really happy and proud of what you're doing. So the fact that you're doing that,
It's not easy.
like,
Yeah.
no, it's possible. It's possible. I think it's mind over matter.
That's right. It
Mind.
is. But it's not easy. It's not a piece of cake. I mean, make it look easy, but mm-mm.
Oh my days. Okay, cool. So how was your socials or relationships before, and how is it now again since after the brain injury?
Okay, so we're going there. Um, so social life, it's a little different.
Okay.
Um, I before, I'm not really a serial dater like that. Well, in high school I was a serial dater, but like as I got older or whatever, it kind of slowed down for me.
Mm.
But before I got hurt, I had a nice social life. I had, a couple people, and I was dating a guy, and we actually had lived together, whatever.
Okay.
But we broke up or whatever, and I ended up moving out or whatever, our apartment or whatever, and things
Hmm.
like that. And so, but before I got hurt, we broke up maybe like early May before my birthday,
Yeah.
and so when I got hurt, of course, he was there or whatever, and another ex of mine was there as well.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I wasn't dating anybody, because if I was dating somebody and they left, I'd probably been like even more hurt. So it's like I'm kind of glad that I wasn't dating anybody, because
Yeah.
I don't want them to leave me.
Yeah.
If I mean, I believe if you're gonna stick with somebody, you got to stick with them. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're not married, but it's like I've never. I know some people when they get injured or whatever, people leave,
Yeah.
but I know people don't leave, and it's
Yeah.
like it's an emotional roller coaster for both people.
Yeah.
And stick around for a little bit, it's like, okay, so you stick around, and it's like, okay, so and it's like it changes stuff.
Yeah.
And so as of now, of course, I've talked to people, but I haven't really. I talk to people, but no one is really like. It's different. Like it's just different, and you don't know who's for real or not. I feel like that.
Okay.
The people play games, and you just don't know. And so it's like, do I give my heart to you? Do I like not? Do I give my heart to you? You just really don't know.
Yeah.
It's difficult. So it's like, yeah, yeah.
No, I get that. I get that actually, like 1,000%. I was with my fiance now, and
Mhm.
obviously when it happened, I'm not gonna lie, I like to ask questions. And there was a moment, I think when I was in hospital, I was so happy to see him. But after time, even when I got this discharged and everything else, I was like, quietly staring at him and just trying to figure out, is this man gonna stay or he's gonna disappear? So I remember there was one day I was at his house. These times I had, my skull was still missing. So I was like, and I was just staring at him. I asked him, I was like, why are you still here? And he looks at me like, what do you mean? And I was like, literally, like, why are you still here? And he was
Mhm.
like, I don't understand. I was like, other people would have left, or like, you can see me, you can see me, and you're still here. Like, are you gonna leave? What game are we playing over here? And he was like, I'm not gonna be so gay because like I can't be that cringy. But he said some words to me that made me know that I had
Yeah,
people, and he was definitely around me. So I
I love that.
had that. And even there was one time as well. Like again, I think our brains are quite curious, or they're just like asking questions. Some people like asking questions, anyways. I do. So obviously, I was like, my days. Like, okay, this person's still here, but
Mm-hmm.
is he really gonna be here forever? Like, I'm not sure. I'm not.
And what I find out is that, with our injuries or whatever, are just when your brain is tempered with any kind of way,
Yeah.
your mind goes through so many different emotions.
Hmm.
Like you just find yourself thinking like, well, dang, it's like it's crazy because you think that it's almost like the fact you're not worthy in a sense. Like it's almost like that, but it's like why not? Why not? Why not? It's just a change, and we
Yeah.
are eventually. So it's like why should this change anything?
Yeah.
But there is a couple of people that I care about that I do talk to.
Hmm.
Um, but again, this just hasn't gotten to the level yet. But
Yeah.
I'm still kind of, he's still kind of like tiptoeing around, like kind of like I don't know, I don't know,
Yeah.
and kind of still guarded a little bit, but you're not like all in, but you're in though. But it's like I don't know, you just have to be careful though. Just have to be careful.
Or whoever you feel like it can get to that stage. Have you ever spoken to like be honest and tell them like, don't worry, like I got this. There's no need for you to be worried.
Have I said that or have they said that?
Yeah. Have you said that to them?
If I
Anybody? Yeah. That
that
you feel.
I got it,
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, look at yourself. I think you should be proud of yourself as well. Don't ever let that moment of like doubting yourself. Like I said, when I've heard what you're doing, I'm there in a corner thinking, Sade, what the hell are you doing? Look at her and look at you. So the fact that you've done so much since the injury, that's enough to tell people, listen, I'm cool. Like if you're worried about something, just ask me. Unless I ask you, then there is no problem.
yeah.
Because I feel like you're doing so well. You're doing so well, and whoever it is, that person's gonna come along soon and whisk you away, so you can do your whole, I'm engaged. Or I've got fiance.
It's trying to engage.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, I guess again, I don't know how to handle trauma or speak about stuff. I don't like to speak about myself, to be honest. So the moment I do, usually because there's no more space in my head to like put it away or hide it. And usually, because over here, I'm the second oldest, but I was born after my brother, and he's in America, so I was basically raised as the oldest. So I usually feel like the way I handle things, there needs to be a solution, especially because of my younger siblings. I don't want to like I never want to show people that I can't handle stuff.
Right.
But I guess at the same time, I'm learning again. I'm still learning too. It's okay to be vulnerable.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah, that word doesn't sit well with me. I don't like it at all.
We're so tough, we're so tough.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you're being weak, but it's not a weakness.
Is
It's
it
actually it's actually a strength to show vulnerability. I,
really?
I thought it was weakness myself as well, but it's actually a strength to show your vulnerability. I'm learning that it is. Like I hate crying, but I do cry. Like we're
Oh,
hu- we're human.
cry
Okay, we're
lasts 5 minutes. No more than that.
yeah. So you
No,
know, it's okay to be soft. It's okay to soften yourself up some, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit.
I can't. If I'm so vulnerable
I
and then
can't.
person knows something about me, and then one day they decide to just open their mouth and like saying stuff about me, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight somebody. I'm actually gonna fight. No, don't use my downside or use my vulnerability my, against myself.
Yeah.
That's why I
But
find it so cool. Well, not trust, but yeah, trust people as well.
Afro Chic said it's strength and vulnerability. There is strength and vulnerability. There, it's vulnerability. And I didn't think that at first. I'm like, no, they make me weak. They make me weak. But it actually show your strength. So I agree with you. So, yeah.
Fair dues. I'm still learning, anyways. I'm still learning. So
We're all still learning. So it's
yeah,
okay.
it's cool. It's fair dues. Anybody got any questions to ask me or Erica? Put them down below.
Yes. Ask away. We're open books here. But I just got a question for you.
Yeah,
So
okay.
in the hospital, well, no, I take it back. It has nothing to do with the hospital. Did you face any misconceptions about your in like your prison? Right, were any misconceptions you faced?
No, I don't think so. I think when I was in hospital, they were really very they were being doctors, so they were sorting out the issue. And
Hmm.
that, again, I thought I could speak, but I couldn't. So I was like, yeah, I'm cool. But obviously, the words that were coming out were just not coherent.
Third and stuff.
Yeah. So for example, like there was one again as well because my memory, there are certain things that I forget has happened. So there was
Hmm.
one. I was speaking to my brother, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there was like when you came out of hospital, you learn how to spell like the word day, the sun." And I was laughing. I was like, "No, I wasn't." And he was like, "No, you really did. You was at speech therapy for like 12 weeks." And I was shocked because I thought I came out of hospital speaking and I was all good. And it's only recently I had to go back through my messages and I saw like a piece of paper that they told me to write down my name, where I lived, etc. And I realized it was just letters jumbled up, literally letters jumbled
Hmm.
up. It's kind of hard for me to, and that I had been there, like how far back I had been, and how far I've come forward as well. Sometimes I think I'm quite criticized. I criticize myself a lot. So it's only when people say to me, "Nah, Sade, you've
Hmm.
done it so well," that I'm like, "But what have I done? I'm not doing much.
Hmm.
I'm talking the same way you're talking." And then when they remind me, okay, there was
Yeah.
a time you didn't know your name. It's like, oh, okay, I don't remember. But okay, thanks for reminding me that. Or last time I went to the doctors and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I didn't even recognize you." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you did your surgery on me. How can you not remember me?" But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess certain things I
But
can't.
yeah, to us, we don't see it like that. But so people, it's like, amazing. It's like, wow, like you went through all that. But on our ends, it's like, well, I thought that's what I'm supposed to do. But it's like people don't, they see it differently though. They do. It's like magnified times 10 to them. So to us, it's like, oh, it's no big deal. But to them, it's like it's a big deal. Like
Yeah,
you actually, so
no,
it's a
I
big deal.
guess so. And I guess for me and you, we're like the opposite ends of a ruler. So I've obviously got injuries, same way you do. Well, not same incident, but you've had a brain. We both had brain injuries, and you are in a wheelchair, and I am walking and talking, but I've also got a hidden illness. So do you feel like within us there is a difference in the way we're being treated as well? Because I feel like, and again, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like obviously because yours is evident, they then rearrange the way they speak to you,
Yeah,
the way.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that because it's probably more compassion for
Yeah,
me than
yeah,
it's for you. They can't see yours.
exactly.
But it's probably more compassion on my end.
Yeah,
Um, and that you tell somebody, because me looking at you, it's like I don't see anything. But you know, I'm serious. But if you when you tell people, oh, I had this with us, oh, okay. So then there's a compassion. But until then, it's like I don't know because you actually you can't see yours. You can see mine, but you can't see yours.
well, I
I,
wigs hiding mine. My head shape is funny. Like it's kind of like it was normal, and then obviously when they took out my skull. Yeah. Nah, that's something I've had to deal with. I'm not gonna lie, I've had to deal with that because I used to like my long hair, and like now I got my long hair, it looks fine on this side, and then it kind of
Yeah.
dips, and I'm just like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't like it. I'm not doing that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but again, that's something I'm trying to overcome. And obviously, my fiance likes long hair as well. Sometimes, not every day, doing shortcuts. So I need to work on that.
Yeah.
That's something I'm uh, figure out for myself because again, I think I'm very good at hiding stuff that I don't see.
Mm-hmm.
So when it now comes to me having to show that,
Mm-hmm.
I get I get a bit frantic. Like, oh no, I can't do this. Let me have my short hair. Leave me.
Yeah.
Why do I have to have long hair? Why do I have to have long hair? Like
Yeah.
literally, my hair, I haven't cane rolled it or nothing, nothing, because I feel like I don't know if it's psychological or if I really do feel pain. But
Mm-hmm.
even wearing wigs sometimes, after like maybe 2 or 3 hours, I want to rip it off. I want to take it off because I'm like, oh. My head's hurting. I don't like it. I want my normal hair, which is why in the beginning I used to have my own hair out.
Yeah.
And that's another thing as well. I had long hair. I had to cut that because, long story short, when I was in hospital, they just cut off all my braids, and I woke up and I saw my braids on one side, and I just felt my scalp on the other side. So I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah.
But sorry. So I again, I found a way to hide my insecurity. So
Mhm.
I started having like a high top and then shaved on the side, so no
Mhm.
one knew until I told them.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what your question, but yeah.
For me, I had long, I have my hair was, I have locks, so my
Oh,
locks were like this,
yeah.
but I had to cut them because it hurts my head when I wash my hair. It
Oh,
pulls, it pulls on my head,
yeah.
and so my hair was like way down here, like it's way down to like probably like my belly button or something. And
Really?
yeah, it's very very long. I have a picture on Instagram. It's on there. I did a like a side by side shot of
Okay.
my, but and so it hurt my head, and so I didn't want to cut my hair. I like my long hair, but for my head purposes, I need to cut my hair because it hurt my head too bad.
Yeah.
So, but I love my short hair though. Right now, I love my short hair,
Yeah.
but I do miss my long hair sometimes. But
Yeah.
when I see the effects it had, it's so much better that it's shorter.
Yeah.
Um, it's even growing back even more now, but it's you can well you can tell I cut it though, but it's growing back pretty fast. But I mean, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do for you. And
Like,
I
or
know,
you feel the pain, because I know
yeah,
sometimes it can be psychological, but you actually feel the pain. Like, if I don't take this off, there's
yeah,
gonna.
oh yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah. My
That.
head, my head physically hurted, like it hurted like bad, like
Yeah.
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 And
See.
my head still hurts now, but it's like it's not as bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause mine, because I'm like, I take it off and then I'm fine. So is it me thinking I've got something on my head that's making me, spaz out, or am I
It,
actually?
it could be the heaviness of it. The
True.
heaviness of it could be playing a role
True.
in particular spot or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's pressure right there, then it's gonna affect you. So it
Yeah.
could be. Afro
Okay.
Chick said, "What are the steps, or like a step by step guide that you both use to get through your trauma, with a
You can.
cautious step or a step by step guide?" No, no. Well, I, I, I believe in God. I pray a lot, and my
Mm.
faith is very important. And so they help me get a long way, come a long way, and just being positive and just choosing to remain positive no matter what.
Yeah.
Um, but I know it gets better. That's not the end for me.
Yeah.
Um, so I just use it like the other side of it versus just being like, oh, why me?
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Why not? Why why somebody else? Like why not me?
Yeah.
Obviously, God trying not to handle it, so why not me?
Yeah.
So, but I didn't have a guide like this is what you got to do step by step. No, I didn't
Yeah.
have I didn't have a guide. Did you have a step by step process you did or?
I mean, after I started walking slash dragging my foot across the floor to show them that I can walk, so leave me alone and let me go to the bathroom myself. They kind of just started doing rehab in terms of making me use my muscles again, learn how to walk. Because obviously, when I came out of my induced coma, I couldn't move my right hand side. So they were just trying to, train me to use my muscles and train me to walk and train me to lift up my hand and stuff. So yeah, that was it. Um, Nothing much. After that, then they kind of taught me how to speak again as well. Just the simple, what they do in like nursery, tertiary. Yeah, exactly. And then after that, I think that when it comes to the hospital, I don't think they have enough time to cater to each individual. Yeah, exactly. So I think the only way you're gonna get that is if you go to a private hospital and you pay extra money to get that, you know,
That
um,
care.
yeah, individual cure or individual like therapy for yourself. But I think once
Mm-hmm.
you're walking or once you start using your limbs properly or you start talking, after like 12 weeks, they kind of cut you off.
Yeah.
It's
And I know for me, well, my injury, since I was shot, most people don't make it through what I've been through. So it's like my injury is so like I wouldn't say rare, but it's like not. It's not like a a thing that happens all the time until somebody
Mm,
survives. And so for me
yeah,
to survive, I had less than 5% chance of survival, and I wasn't supposed to make it through the night. So for me to make it through all that, it's like, oh wow. And so I didn't have anybody to talk to. I literally I paid my own path basically. Like
yeah,
God had to do all that. So it's like I didn't have like a person say, well, here's what you need to do to get past this or whatever. I didn't have anybody to God hold my hand and say, look, here you go, because this is what you gotta do. Like no, I was literally like by myself, like
yeah.
this is so.
No,
But now when I help other people, I don't want to be hard. It shouldn't have to be hard for everybody. So it's like I don't. I want other people to have. I do want to create something that have a guideline or something that people can go off of, or whatever. I do want to create something to help people deal with things better because I mean I didn't have a blueprint.
yeah,
So if I could make a blueprint for somebody else, then I definitely would do so.
yeah.
And I
No,
have
I
it.
get that,
So
and I think our resilience has definitely, helped us through our
oh yeah,
situation. Because
definitely, definitely.
I don't like even when I was in rehab, I only went there because I just thought, there's nothing. I'm bored. I'm not doing anything. And when I was in there, it's like, okay, cool. I've seen all these people and they have brain injuries, but some people are on the other side, and I'm over here. And I just thought, okay, what you're doing is good, but I just don't think it's working for me because mentally, I've really gone past that stage the second day I woke up. So I don't need to
Yeah.
be told every single day, okay, do this to relax, do meditation, da da da. Like I understand that works for certain people, but that's not
Mm-hmm.
working. So again,
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you mean, what you said, what you meant by what you said. It's definitely every person's injury is definitely individual to themselves.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
let me look at one question. So one person said, "How has the pandemic affected you with your brain injury? Has it been
Oh.
easier or harder being in quarantine?"
um, I know for me, I feel fine now, but like I remember there's one day I'm like, I gotta get out. I gotta see some stuff. I gotta see cars, I gotta see people. I just need to see some stuff. I was going crazy. Like I need to see some photos or something. Like I need to see something. And so, and I felt like closed in. Like I'm a homebody, and I
Hmm.
like being. But there's not. I went crazy. I was like, okay that day. I'm like, I gotta get out. I gotta go. I gotta like, see some, I gotta see something. Like,
Yeah,
I cannot be in here. I have to get out. Like, but I
really.
mean, I've been fine since then though. Like, every now and then, get a little, I say antsy, and I'll go outside. But for the most part, I've been handling it pretty well. Besides that one day, because I was like, oh no, I was over it. So, but I'm pretty okay besides that. Cause I do so much. So I don't have time to be like tripping off other stuff. So it's like I had too much to do. So
That's interesting. I mean,
yeah.
for me, when we all went into lockdown or the quarantine, and everybody was going like, not everyone, they just couldn't handle it, and they will ask
Mm.
me, "Oh, hey, how have you been doing?" I literally started laughing, like, "Listen, you guys have joined my crew. I've been at home this whole time. This is what
Right.
do."
Yeah.
So I understand, like, listen, go home, watch Netflix, find something that you usually like doing. But I guess it's harder for other people because they feel like that something has been taken away from them. Where I've had like maybe 2 or 3 years to get used to being at home or being used to not being able to do stuff and working my way around that. So
Mm-hmm.
from your situation, because again you're doing so much, so it's just like that moment of being halted without your permission. So yeah. Um, let's see what other questions there are. Any other questions, buddy? Thanks for all of you for coming through as well.
Thank you
Being
all. Thank you, Tara Patricia Arthur, BIJ 13X double X.
cool. Have you got any other questions you want to ask me?
Um, well, what's the greatest lesson what's the greatest lesson to help you overcome? Your greatest lesson.
You asked one of those spontaneous questions. Okay. Ask me again. Ask me again. What did you ask me?
What's your greatest lesson you learned, or the greatest lesson have you ever overcome?
Oh, okay. The greatest thing I've learned is it's not everyday fighting. And I don't mean physically fighting. So I'm very mouthy when I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's another story, but I'm quite feisty. So I feel like obviously my brain injury has taught me you don't have time for this. There's no point for even having these conversations or arguments with people. There is literally no point. And I feel like after my brain injury, um, it's really calmed me down. Well, I feel like I'm calm. I've calmed down. Like
Okay,
if
I
someone,
agree with that. Yeah, I
yeah,
definitely.
before I'll be on smoke. I'm coming for you,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Okay.
now
Listen,
I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm gonna let God take over that. If I
that's right. That
day,
part.
if I wake up the next day and I'm cool, it's gone. It's above me. If I wake up the next day and I'm still feeling kind of iffy, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say and tell you whatever I need to say.
Yeah.
And if whatever your response back to me is that's not my problem because I've told you what you did or how it offended me or how it hurt me, and then whatever happens after that is above me. So I physically try to keep my peace,
That's right. You got to keep.
and patient is actually number one. And I
Mhm.
never um so yeah, I think that's one thing I've learned to not be so feisty. Even though I'm not feisty, I'm quite honest, but and honesty isn't the best policy for certain people. So they might call me blunt or whatever, but I'm not even trying to be horrible. I'm just asking questions, but to their own. So
First, I'd rather to be honest than tell me like what you think I want to hear. You
exactly, I it.
ain't gonna nothing for me. Don't baby me, sweet talk me. Don't do all that.
I don't
You know,
understand.
just be real, be honest. Say what you got to say. If it hurt my feelings, let me deal with it. It's not your
Exactly,
problem. That's my problem. So yeah,
exactly. I don't understand it. If I don't like, I don't know. Each to their own. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out. Just be honest. Obviously,
yeah.
the way you say it makes a difference. Don't just
It's
tell
it's
it's
not
rubbish.
say it. Yeah, it's not what you say. It's how you say it. So
Exactly. But yeah, so for me, what I've learned is patience. Um, what did I say? Patience, peace.
hmm.
You don't need to fight, and even if it's not my own battles, it's other people's battles as well.
Hmm.
I support my people. If you're my friend or you're really close to me, I'm gonna have your back. So
Yeah.
there've been where I've tried to not get involved. I wasn't trying to fight anybody else's battle, but like I would feel their pain
Yeah.
internally. So I think for me, going on again past my brain injury is more about peace and patience, and just number one, I'm not trying to question God. So when my time is here, I will receive it. I'm not trying to question God on that level, and just try and make do with my life. Like that's another thing I'm trying to show that this injury isn't me; it's part of me. So I don't want to be treated like someone like a vegetable.
Hmm.
Now I'm okay. I can still talk. I can still do X, Y, Z. And I've seen people, some kids or certain adults that have no limbs, but they're drawing and writing with their toes. So
Yeah.
who you know
Amazing.
what I'm saying? So again, sometimes I compare myself where it's like I can't be complaining because I'm doing quite well. There are people who are in worst case scenario than me. Do you know what I
I would
mean?
say for me, so lesson that I've learned is like you, patience,
Hmm.
to not be easily offended.
Mm,
Take things personal. I've learned to just it's stuff not what it seems.
yeah,
It look one way, but it's not really that way.
yeah,
I learned to be more understanding. I learned to listen.
yeah,
Just listen.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is another one actually. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I think we've haven't been left like 50 minutes because I think our time is gonna run off soon. But thanks to everybody who's come in and joined us and asked us questions. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Obviously, if we do this again, we'd love to see you guys again. If you've got any questions before we end, type them down or write them in the question box. Erica, you got any other questions?
No, I'm tapped out.
Yeah,
Tapped out.
cool. Have you got a blog or anything like that?
Say it again.
Have you got a blog?
Oh, blog. No, I don't have a blog. But I do have a Facebook group. If anyone is on Facebook, I have a Facebook group called There's Beauty Inside, because I believe there's beauty still inside of all of us. And so if anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome to send a request to There's Beauty Inside awareness, Traumatic Brain Injury Awareness and Support Group.
Okay.
Book. Also, I'm working on my second book, Dear June 1st.
Oh yeah, what's the first one? Let everybody know the name of your first.
My first one is Through the Lens, a book of short stories. I'll put
Okay.
in the Lens, a book of short stories. I wrote it to help the young generation to deal with the issues of life, like peer pressure, confidence issues, just anything that may be going through. Because sometimes you feel alone when you're in middle school. They go through so many different things. So
Yeah.
I be a positive light to people and the young generation, because I mean they get so misguided. So I
Yeah.
should be to them as well, because
Yeah.
they're forgotten. So I see them and they're understood. So
No,
yeah.
definitely. I think you're gonna be one of my icons. Anytime someone comes to me and say, Sade, you can't do anything, I'm like, listen, Erica has done as I'm trying to aim to do. Listen, she F everybody else, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. So no one
That's right. No, don't limit me. Don't limit me. Okay.
But honestly, I'm actually happy to hear what you're doing. Like, because a lot of people don't usually people feel like, okay, this has happened to me, my life is over. And it's like, no, it really isn't.
It's just beginning. It's
Exactly.
2.0, 2.0. I'm Eric
Exactly.
2.0, you should a 2.0.
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly. So no, definitely, and it's really it's like inspired me, because in my head I've always thought I've always had a positive mindset, but now hearing another person who's in my community of brain injury and is doing stuff, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna be like Erica. We got
Yeah,
so
that's stuff to do, girl. We got stuff to do.
exactly. So definitely put you on the side, like have a picture of you. You're like, yeah, be like Erica. Thank you. Someone said we're two strong queens. Yes. Strong,
Thank you. Yes.
strong lady. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I guess we're all done for today. Anybody wants to go on my blog? It's called iamshade.co.uk. Erica's got her Facebook page, even though we don't use that anymore, but some of us
What?
still
Go to his Facebook.
no, that's for the grandmas and uncles and
You
aunties.
know, I'm think upon you. Oh,
But
okay.
her Facebook page, and she's also got her first book out, and she's writing her second book.